Nerdlings of all ages, welcome back to game number 2 of tonight's PUBG EU Pro Scrims. My name is Jarasar, and we are on Miramar for the first of 3 games across the sandy deserts of PUBG here in tonight's Pro Scrims prior to the next week of PCS games. You've got a 1 o'clock to an 8 o'clock plane path, a little bit northwestern skewed, but not by much, so most teams will be able to land exactly where they need to. That should generally be fine. But because the team composition here is different to what we're used to, we could end up seeing a little bit of crossover, and that's what we're looking for. Where are the opportunities for a specific team to do a little bit more damage than we otherwise would expect them to? That's what we want to see. Why can't I get that in the right place? There we go. Close enough. Right. Pull up in the northeast. Cruise has dark matter. Ooh! Big El Pozo circle to start things off. This is going to be very interesting indeed. Aim PR. Aim PR? Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. I don't think he's been spotted by Na'Vi. Well, isn't that going to be awkward for 303? I don't think he's been spotted yet, but it wouldn't surprise me to see that name in the kill feed in a little bit. The Sauna boys have got El Pozo on lockdown. Monte, of course, is FaZe Clan territory. Northern Lights to their east in and around Power Grid, and just north of them, we've got the split from Tornado Energy. Team Liquid has hit Picardo and is relatively chill. And Digital Athletics will be just south of them, a little bit more split than they otherwise would like. It's possible that someone rotating in, especially such a western circle early, could crash into Code Marco's position or could crash into Mert's position. So they definitely have to think of ways to mitigate this. Aim PR still alive. We're just going to have Aim PR cam, ladies and gents, for the duration of this game. I think... Yes, okay. So 303's coach is Aim PR, and I don't think it's that much of an issue. I think he's basically just going to die here to circle, and it's going to be fine. Normally, they're supposed to drop at the start of the plane path and just die and not interfere in the games. This might result in an extra point for Na'Vi, but that's about it. That's about it. It's fine. At the end of the day, the scrims are for practice, right? So where else have we got? No one's really rotating super early, which I'm a little bit surprised by. I would have expected 303 or Execute 9 or the Creeps to be in vehicles running now to say, actually, we'll loot when we get there. But no one's really doing that tonight. So it'll be interesting to see how that changes the dynamic. I think Aim PR has been spotted. Orange is asking teammates what's going on. Goes, ah, that's who it is. Okay, we're good. Shame you couldn't just ask him his name, but to be fair, if he's AFK, he won't give you a response anyway. Here comes Digital Athletics. I think they recognize that their compounds could get crashed, so they want to move further in themselves. They are scouting out the compound that Melman has laid claim to for Tornado Energy. Mert might be telling his team he thinks that's a scout, and therefore we could crash it, or he might be saying someone's already there, let's go home. Both options are feasible. Alia's going to be joining Melman there, so I don't really think DA are going to move in. Kill still has got a crate, which will be most delightful for him. Let's go and see what he's got. Another Mark 14. Green ghillie suit, perhaps less useful on Miramar, but the Mark 14 is definitely a weapon of champions. Code Marco and Co now have this compound just on the side of the road here, near Monte Nuevo. It's just a single large building, but this large brick is reasonably defensible. Gonna be completely fine. A possible pull up to the compound 4v2 could be interesting for them to deal with, but generally speaking, they're feeling quite comfortable at this point. Omican are now rotating in the same sort of vector as Na'Vi. So we join Orange, who isn't really on 1 kill. That's the kill onto the 5th player from 303 Esports. Going to be moving a little bit further west to avoid Omican after spotting the vehicles on the road. That's fine. Not a problem at all. Oh, do the ramp, Orange! Come on! I'm so unhappy. Ramp, 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 ramp. Oh. Uh-oh, uh-oh! And unfortunately, we thought going west might have been the way to go. Orange turns it around so that they only have a view of the back of his head. It's basically a headshot or nothing right now. Very lucky, in my opinion, to get away with not being knocked. He comes straight up onto Paige, T-Bone, and Vashku. And he's not quite far enough away yet. Needs to park it behind a ridge. He does it. The tab now counter-firing. Headshot from the Mini onto T-Bone. Is this going to be enough for Na'Vi to push in? He's going north. I think they're doing it. And unfortunately, the rest of Omican are shooting at FaZe Clan now as well. So suddenly, it's a battle on 2 fronts. Vashku is way further north. The tab is very close, but Paige doesn't get a view of him because Orange is covering on oversight. Omican, unfortunately, look like they're being pulled apart a little bit here. Still opportunities for them to come back, but not with grenades like that. The tab, absolutely monstrous. And of course, he was giving the position he was being given the position by everyone behind them, and now half of Omican are down. Vashku was unfortunately way too far away. Paige might make it out with his life. He's effectively 1 shot on that bike, and he just about gets out. Half of Omican down. Yeah, 1 player went down, and then half the team engaged FaZe Clan with the other engaging Na'Vi. 1 member of the team was much further north and couldn't actually participate in the fight in an immediate manner. All sorts of things, unfortunately, went wrong there. Quizzy and Batulans? Is this happening? Is this a thing? Yes, it is a thing. Okay. Northern Lights and Tornado Energy separated by, to be fair, that's a massive rock. So I don't really think anyone's going to be doing close quarters combat unless Quizzy decides to drop down. Example on the other side. So Batulans doesn't want to make any noise. If Batulans makes noise, Quizzy simply says, I've heard some footsteps to my north. An example sandwiches Northern Lights and Batulans is out. So that is what... that's a situation Batulans is in. We simply just have to be quiet here. Spyro, Lu, and Perfectix still very much split at the moment. Not really committing to a single compound just yet. Wondering if they actually have to move elsewhere. This late in the circle, though, with only Execute 9 needing to come in, they should be okay. No one's really crashing them. If they were going to do that, they would have done it by now. Pull up towards the northern edge. Sauna boys moved out of El Pozo into the smaller compounds on the rim. And they're splitting in the hopes that next circle gives them options. It does! And all of their options are still on the table. Misa and Nookie might actually move towards Anonymous. Basically, Sakura is the person who's almost certainly going to move. Everyone else could, in theory, stay if they wanted to. Batchland's now waiting for the rest of Tornado Energy to move. He will have heard Example leave in the vehicle. We're waiting for Quizzy to make his way down from the mountain as well. Northern Lights cannot rotate in early. They're too split. Execute 9 versus 303 could be a thing, though. In vehicles right next to each other. Potential drive-by on Mixu. Anonymous not quite managing it. The rest of Execute 9 behind him, and now they're giving chase. Here we go. This is going to be fun. Let's go. Got him. And that's all she wrote for Mixu, unfortunately. A little bit quicker in than the rest of the team. Joker is going to divert the path as a result. Although, have they spotted that there are 2 crates pretty much right on top of them? They might as well get these on the way in, to be perfectly honest. One effectively on the body of Mixu, and another one where Chris Mazing is going now. Yes! 303 might get a double drop, although it doesn't look like they're actually going for the second one. They've spotted the first one, and they haven't checked to see if it was a second as well, and that's just behind Cobry. But that's fine. They'll be pleased with that. Chris Mazing is going to go ahead and comfortably take this. A Graza. In the meantime, we have FaZe Clan pulling up on pull-up. Fuzzface around the back of the single story. Pull-up are in the same compound, but are a little bit split. Vanti going for the oversight position, but unfortunately hasn't got an angle on Fuzzface, which means that he was able to get the building relatively safely. Itzy is down in the meantime, though, and the other single story building has Bents in it. In fact, next to him is Fragger. Fuzzface is the only person in the two-story. I beg your pardon. So Fuzzface is going to need a little bit of help. Gustav and Uber are still out and about. And Pull-Up are basically waiting to see where are the rest of FaZe Clan coming from. Why have we only encountered one person? I'm sure they're there. I'm sure they're there. But where? Vanti just got spotted. And because Fuzzface now knows there's someone on the hillside, he's unlikely to go out and try and go for the finish. Oh, Vanti gets spotted. Oh, we're going to see the utility in. Good flashbang from Vanti, but unfortunately, he had the grenade out when Fuzzface was still busy aiming down the sights of his M4, and that's going to be that. Fuzzface now with 2 kills, looking for the rest of the squad. Grenade into the smoke to try and disengage. We've also got Game Frame here, trying to take out Dark Matter inside this compound, and they've got a ridiculous set of angles. Highman, a beautiful headshot onto Faye to take him out of the equation, but it's also worth noting that if for any reason Highman gets downed, that's it, he's out of the fight. There's almost no way you can do it. Tekkas and Ab are coming at this from complete opposite sides, and Ironic and Bram really struggling inside that double story right now. If Tekkas had another frag grenade, I have a feeling this could be over, but he hasn't. The utility's just not there. And now the third party from, all the way in El Pozo. That's not going to be fun for them. Arb might want to think of some alternative solutions. They're Fuzzface with a 3rd kill. How can we not go back onto this? It's Fuzzface versus Pull-Up right now. And Fuzzface at the moment is absolutely taking names. Here comes Fuzzface into the house. Oh my god, Pull-Up eliminated by Fuzzface. FaZe Clan annihilated Pull-Up, but it was Fuzzface that did all of the work. Game Frame also take out Dark Matter in the meantime. Why do these fights always have to happen at exactly the same time for a single observer? But that was a ridiculously wide set of angles there, and Arb, I suspect, the mole in the hole, getting right up close and personal on Dark Matter to take them out. Next circle, veering west of El Pozo, pretty much on the limits of the playable area. Sauna Boys very much central. Vashku, hoping no one's here. I found a shack. It's alright. It's the Omican shack. We're good. Unfortunately, that's about all we've got. Team Liquid now moving up onto the compound where half of FaZe Clan are at. Uba and Gustav occupy the compound where James is currently in. And the rest of Team Liquid are pulling up. This is a serious fight now. It's going to be a 4v2. Uba goes down very quickly to Mixie, coming in through the bottom story window. I think up the stairs as well. Oh, wow. And Gustav gets taken down too, so leaving Fuzzface, the destroyer of worlds, on his own, unfortunately. Erased is erased from the game by Digital Athletics. Where are DA? DA almost smack bang in the center of the circle. That's Code Marco and Mitralius getting those kills between them. Smash and Mert, unfortunately, out early. Code Marco and Mitralius, though, able to get 3 kills between them. Mitralius has heard Sikora and has decided that is not a good opportunity to push in. The rest of Sauna Boys, though, disagree. They know that there was a fight here. They smell some potential kills. This shack is getting very, very lit up. These Molotovs are going to keep raining down. Code Marco very close to dying there. Just about able to heal up in time. The Sauna Boys disengage. A little bit too much third partying for their liking. Northern Lights now pushing into where Team Liquid took this compound from FaZe Clan. Team Liquid out first in the first game. They've got a point to prove now. They want to warm up and frag out, and they're perfectly capable of doing that. This is pretty much the edge of zone as it stands. Anonymous getting the finish onto Killstill. He'll note that Killstill actually had a ghillie suit on. That might be a clue here. Execute 9 moving in towards the rest of 303. They're actually split at the moment. It's just a 2-2 split. What are you doing? Chris Mazing! Right next to where Zero is. Fuzzface is actually going to get that knock. Is Chris going to be able to grab the finish? No, I don't think he realizes that that knock was right next to him. That's Fuzzface getting the point there. The rest of Execute 9 now. Moving into circle while 303 at least team up again. But are very much on the outside. Where are we going with this? Joker has to make a decision. He's going round in circles at the moment. Unfortunately, so many destinations here are fraught with danger, and that's the Joker. Doing donuts in the parking lot. Gonna be out now. Net's the last player standing for Execute 9. Looking for anywhere to call his own. Or not liking the fact that the creeps can actually spot him there. Stopping the vehicle in the hopes that he's protected from that side. And unfortunately, lowering the car's ride height by destroying the tires. Not quite fast enough there. And Pashkez from the creeps will eliminate them. Team Liquid in the meantime. I didn't quite catch which name it was in the kill feed, but that's 2 knocks with a single grenade. It could have been from Jeems, who is now out of the game, or possibly from Mixie, I'm not sure. But Mixie is now the sole survivor for Team Liquid, resisting the push in from Northern Lights. Bachelance is spotted up there. And unfortunately spotted a little bit too late. That's Team Liquid eliminated early for the second game in a row. Better than the last game, but not where they want to be. They've got kills on the board as well. But this isn't the start that they would consider ideal. Nexus Gaming on the edge of circle, the northwest side versus what remains of 303. Fuzzface holding out for positional points at this point. Sakura says, thank you very much. I will very gladly take this level 3 gear. And yes, I will have the Graza. Let's have some fun with this. Crates are plenty this game, I have noticed. We haven't given Uncut Jewelry any airtime yet today, so let's go ahead and take a look at what they're doing. Rudy, Prebz, Salty, and Jones are on the south side of the circle. They need to be a little wary of Northern Lights on their east. That's exactly what they're doing now, but otherwise, they're relatively comfortable. Jones and Rudy have a high ground position towards the edge of the circle looking out here, so it's unlikely that they'll get backstabbed, although Na'Vi could always pull a surprise and just jump out towards them. Na'Vi can do things like that. Ooh. Anonymous not having the greatest time pushing into this compound, but manages to do so alive. Now we find out what they can do against Nexus. 303 Esports, Nexus Gaming. It's a 2v3 on opposite sides of this village. Either side of the road. Oh, and the next circle brutally chops that in half. Anonymous is in, but only just. So Nexus don't have to move. Fuzzface is going to have to come in. I feel a little sorry for Fuzzface here. He's had a rough game, Fuzzface. He just wants those placement points. And he's got 5 kills under his belt as well. But multiple teams know where he's going to be. And as a result, the methodology of rotating in, well, that's a tough question right now. I'm not saying I have the answer because I definitely don't. 10 seconds left to think about it before the zone starts moving, though. The Sauna boys are going to be happy. For the second game in a row, they've got an absolutely excellent central circle position. 303 Esports now. They have to make this happen on the edge. Nexus are just being so patient. What can you do? You gonna smoke wall? Pre-firing is about all they can do. Game frame eliminated by the Sauna boys. Na'Vi getting in on the action as well, and they are moving towards the east side, so this could end up being huge. Northern Lights rotating in right next to Uncut Jewelry. Blue getting sick double tap from Orange there from range, and Uncut Jewelry now feeling the full wrath of Na'Vi. This is a no-holds-barred three-way fight right now. The Tab is actually getting up close and personal. Maybe a little bit too up close and a little bit too personal. 5 HP. Finding a safe place to heal up away from the Molotov. They'll do just that. They're going to have to both push in pretty quickly. Digital Athletics getting eliminated by Tornado Energy in the meantime, but we're following this fight right now. Good flashbang. Potentially good grenade in response. Does 29 damage to Salty, and the Tab is going to have to push in. A little bit too far to the left. Northern Lights go. Getting caught up by Tempo Storm. Sorry, Tornado Energy. Tempo Storm. That's someone completely different. Another team that uses yellow as its primary color, though, incidentally. The Tab is just about able to survive that onslaught, but he needs to urgently get into circle. That Marauder is going to allow him to do that. Tornado Energy now north of the road. Na'Vi south of the road. A lot of respect between these two teams. Big fraggers. But they have to find a way now to navigate away from each other. Otherwise, this is going to be a bloodbath. Fuzzface, still alive, would you believe it? And right next to Shea Vashku. The Shack of Dreams, where Omican hears FaZe and goes, actually, not today. FaZe must be convinced that someone is here. What a beautiful Molotov. Oh my god, that is a disgusting Molotov. That is a disgusting Molotov. FaZe Clan and Fuzzface take a bow. That is gross. That's another point for them. The next circle shifting east again onto the Sauna Boys, but Na'Vi have got the south side. Orange is down. The Tab is down. The Creeps have moved in late and caught Na'Vi unawares. Senya and Biestoloch are the only players remaining. They have to decide, do we push in or do we move elsewhere? Is this a fight we want to take? They know that they've got... I don't really think there's a realistic opportunity to save their players right now. They know that the Creeps are in and amongst their downed compatriots. The Orange still at half HP, but right in the middle of the enemy camp. Gonna make things very interesting indeed. Oh, and that is the action over at Nexus versus 303. They were finally forced to push in. Nexus played this very calmly, and Redzy will be able to hop out of the line of fire from Fuzzface, actually, who is now hunting them. My god, Fuzzface, absolutely thirsty. What a thirsty boy. Nookie getting a hit onto Fuzzface. He cares less about that and more about the blue zone right now, though, frankly. He's going to have to get in, and he's going to have to do that via the two remaining members of Nexus. I don't really think there's an opportunity otherwise. Na'Vi gets eliminated by Tornado Energy. They were down to 2, remember, courtesy of Creeps. Tornado Energy will get the rest done. Creeps spotting Nexus. Fuzzface getting one of those kills. And now needing to smoke. To try and smoke wall his way through so that the Sauna Boys don't actually spot him. Oh, this is not going to be fun for Fuzzface. Smoke wall out. If Sauna Boys see him now, he's done for. And Nookie sees him. Kerpow, that's Fuzzface out. We've got our top 4. Tornado Energy. The surviving members all down south. Because Na'Vi actually went down early. They've got 3 alive and 10 kills. Once again, high fragging in game number 2. This could well be their game. The Sauna Boys, though, winners of game number 1. They've got 3 up. The Creeps managed to get 3 up as well. And it's actually Nexus limping in with 1. And Redzy is right in the middle of it all. Pashkez goes down. But down to Alia as opposed to Nexus. They will get the squad wipe onto Nexus there. But now have to deal with the rest of Tornado Energy. Flashbangs coming out so that Hyrux can't actually do much. Alia extremely low. And Quizzy just gets 2 flashed, unfortunately. Those flashbangs were too good from the Creeps, and they managed to hold on. Despite the onslaught from Tornado Energy, despite that initial damage and the flashbangs and the fantastic Molotov, they hold on with 3 alive. They've got 6 kills between them. And it's now the Creeps versus the Sauna Boys. And oh my god, what is this circle? The Sauna Boys have been praying to the Circle God today. And this is an absolutely delightful position for them. They know where all of this was happening as well. They have to crash in, they know it. A lot of damage being done by Sakura here. Building getting crashed. Pash Scares going down for Ebby now. He's down as well. Hyrux on his lonesome. Up high on the rock. I'm afraid he might not be long for this world. This is one of those scenarios where it's entirely possible that if this gets much worse, Hyrux could just die to the zone. I think that's exactly what he's going to do. Trying for the vehicle hit before he could actually kill himself to the blue. It won't quite work, but that was a very dramatic way to end the game. And the Sauna Boys, ladies and gentlemen, are here to stay. 2 wins in a row. 8 kills in game number 2. We have the Creeps in second place, who withstood the barrage from Tornado Energy extremely well, who finish in third, but another very, very high kill game for them.